All right, so we're recording this in case, but guys, I hope I'm trying to let Pris in, Frank, and it says she's in now. I think she's here now.
Yes.
Oh, there she is. Awesome. Good to have you on, Pris. It kept saying that I was admitting you, and then it wouldn't work. So I'm glad you made it.
Thank you.
Good to have you, Frank. What's up, brother? Maybe Frank's audio is not working. I know sometimes he has some problems with his audio. All right, let's see. There's a text there. I just want to make sure I don't miss any text messages. Let Pris in. Okay, I think she's in.
Like in.
Okay. Well, guys, welcome. Thanks for joining. I'm really excited. And no, Frank, I can't hear you, but I can see your text. So maybe you can even hop on your phone on a separate device or something. We can hear you from there. But I'm really excited, guys. Thank you for all that you did last month, and congratulations to those that accomplished some incredible things. I know we've got people that signed up, new people, hit some goals there. I was really excited to hit kind of a goal I've been shooting at. And one of the things I was actually telling people as I was signing them up was, hey, if you join me now, you're going to be joining me, yes, direct, but come the month of May, because I'm hitting a goal in April. One of my goals I was striving for, I accomplished and I was reaching for, but my focus in May is how can we help you? Like I have no interest or desires in my goals from this point forward. It is how can I help the next person? So I want to share with you briefly kind of a history of why I joined Globally. About a year and a half ago, when I was really struggling where I was, and I had a conversation, I think, with Pris today a little bit about this, and kind of these light bulb moments happened that when I went down to Dallas and I met with Mark McKnight, and I met with Karen, I met with Nick. Once the light bulb hit, once the decision was made that, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to leave an incredible thing that I thought was going to be my life for life, like I really did. But once that moment happened, the light bulb hit. All these light bulb moments, it was like all these moments of I should have seen it all along. I should have been seeing it for the last year and a half, and I was not seeing it. I wanted so bad to stay where I was that it was like God was trying to get me to see certain things. And sometimes I think that's the way God works. It's like he has to take things away until we finally turn back to him and say, what is it you're trying to get me to see? And as soon as I could see it, I knew I had to leave. I want to share with you, as I shared with Pris today, the biggest one. The biggest thing that caused me to walk away was that I could feel really strongly that there was no longer an opportunity for me to help other people win. That while I was collecting a check and I was going on trips to Hawaii and all these things were happening, I could see that the opportunity had faded away for other people. And God was trying to call us and me and others somewhere else. Like he was preparing something. And I know that's crazy. I know I kind of sound a little nuts, but my faith has kind of been challenged through this whole journey. But I want to share with you, as part of that, one of the moments that happened was I want to share with you why I joined that company in the first place. I had, as Meredith could probably share with you, I had sworn off network marketing. I swore I would never in a million years do it again. Never would I consider jumping into something like a network marketing company. And then I fell in love with a product that had incredible results for me and my family. It changed my life. It absolutely, I have zero doubt, it saved my dad's life. It had huge impact in people's lives that I care about. But that still didn't mean that I wanted to put myself out there and become a quote unquote network marketer. That's not what I wanted to do. But something kind of stirred us up, my wife and I, that we needed a family vacation, or a couple's vacation actually. So we went down to an event down in California. And when we were there at this event, I know Meredith and others have heard me tell this story, and I won't go into the long version, but I want to share with you the biggest reason why I decided to become a network marketer. At that time, I had a business, I was working, and in this event that I was so opposed to being a network marketer, that all of a sudden in this meeting, after numerous things had happened, and I won't go into again all those details, but by the end of this meeting, I could feel like a lightning bolt. It's an incredibly strong impression of, Todd, this is why for other people, you're called to do this because other people need this opportunity, whether it's for the products and what it's going to do for their health, or other people need this hope and this opportunity to make $200 a month, to make $500 a month. I'll never forget it. The experience I had sitting there and seeing people on stage, and I could visually see people succeeding, people that I loved, people that I cared about. I could visually see these people having those results, people's lives changing. And as I sat there in this meeting, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, and could see that the reason why Emily and I were supposed to do this, it had nothing to do with me. It wasn't about my income. It was that I could feel that God was saying, Todd, you've gone through some of the hell, some of the things, some of the stuff you've gone through, because there are people that need this opportunity. Do not miss this. And so that's why I became a network marketer in 2013. I swore I would never do it, but God sat me in this meeting. I sat in this meeting going, this opportunity can help people. And so I felt overwhelmed. I didn't want to be a network marketer. I didn't want to do it, but I felt this overwhelming impression that we were supposed to help other people. And the reason why we left where we were after succeeding, making it to the top, becoming an ambassador, all those things, the biggest reason when I sat in that meeting with Mark McKnight a year ago, and I sat with him and talked about everything that had gone on and all the things that were going to happen, the biggest reason why I knew that I was supposed to leave where I was is because I knew that people were not going to have the same opportunity I did to succeed. And I couldn't stay there. It couldn't. It was completely like everything in me was like, there's no way you can stay here. It doesn't matter what it costs you, Todd. It doesn't matter if it costs you your income. It doesn't matter if it costs you friendships and family. You cannot stay here and promote something that other people are not going to have the chance to win. The reason why I joined Globally is because I can see there's a chance here for other people to win. So that's kind of a little bit of a speech. I know, I'm sorry, but I just felt strongly that I needed to share that with a few guys. This invitation that I sent out was to a handful of people, like 16, 17 people. I'm looking for the people that want their lives to change. I'm looking for the people that say, you know what, I want to set some goals this month. I'm hungry. I'm ready to do something. And it can be small or it can be as big as you want. And I just want to share with you what I saw work. What I saw work last month, and I think so many on this call right now can attest, is I believe in the system. So one of the things of the system is I set goals. At the beginning of the month, I specifically set, this is the goals that I want to hit. I need to make sure that we win this trip so that we can show people that it can happen. You can do it. If Emily and I can do it, that they can believe that they can win. So that in the month of May, Veronica, you could do it. Merity, you could do it. Travis, you could do it. Kaylani, you could do it. Kayleanne, you could do it. Frank, I mean, I just believe so strongly that if those that decide and say, I want to do this, and again, that can be whatever it is for you. If it's, I want to make $50 a month, or I want to share a product that could change somebody's life, I believe you have the tools. So if you set goals, we've got to first off set the goals. So I want to see who has goals this month. Who wants to submit those goals to me and say, Todd, this is what I'm going for? Because my focus the entire month of May is I want to help you win. And I want to prove to you the things that you even doubt might not work. I want to prove that they work. And here's what I believe works. What I saw happen, Merity can attest, Elise can attest, Kellyanne can attest. So many people can attest that what worked for me last month and throughout this entire experience for me in network marketing is not feeling like I needed to be alone. Too often people think they need to be the one doing everything. So I want to prove. So I'm all in to let you know that, hey, you got your goals. Travis just sent me his goal. I've got 3x3. I want to get 3 customers and I want to get 3 IBAs. Okay, so that's the result goal. What is the result goal? I hope everybody on this call says, I want to go for the trip. This is the last month of the trip for Cancun. I want you guys to be on this trip with me. I got so frustrated where I was for 9 years. It got so claustrophobic every time my wife and I would go to somewhere like Hawaii, and we're like, I don't want to be here alone. I remember telling Mark and Tracy, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here alone ever again. So guys, my focus is I want people winning this month. And I hope my wife doesn't hear too much of this because frankly, I'll have to tell her because I'm too honest, but I'm all in. Like, I'm going to spend money. I want to prove to you guys something. I want to show you guys that what works is you don't have to try to sell to people in this opportunity. They will either become customers or they'll become IBAs or they won't. And that is just fine. All you need to do is invite people to here. So I want to show anybody on this call, I will even pay you to show you that the system works. And here's what the system is. Set goals, make your list, message and invite those people to hear something. whatever that is, and I'll talk to you about it here in a second, but I'm even going to pay you for that, and then ask them to be a part of it. That's it. It's that simple. So as I sat there in the showers, I was saying, I kind of felt inspired to say, you know what? I had, every Tuesday night, every Thursday night, Karen and I and Tara and a few others been doing this call. And I'm so grateful for Karen and all that she's doing to support us, and Nick and others, that their leadership is awesome. And I want to just kind of throw down on that. Because I was able to get guests to those calls, I can share with you, there's somebody that might even be on this call right now that I hadn't talked to in years, hadn't even had any, I had no inspiration that she was going to become part of our IBA and our organization. And all I did was invite her to listen to one of these Thursday night calls. And she got on. And next thing you know, we're having conversations about everything that she wanted to do with her life and change her life and how she wants to be an IBA. And she signed up the next day. And that, I could probably say that's for several people on this call. So what I want to share and demonstrate to you is, guys, if you don't want to be the person that's salesy and try to talk your friends into doing stuff, good. I want to encourage you not to. I want to encourage you to rely on other people to be the ones to share the message. And if you do that, I will pay you for it. So to prove my point that because we had the most guests 2 weeks in a row on that call, I was able to go on a trip to Cancun. And I believe anybody on this call can do this. If you decide right now and say, I want to go to freaking Cancun, I'm going to show you how you can do it. It's that simple. I'm going to pay you until I can't, until I change my mind or until I do something different. I'm just going to pay you to get guests on the call. Now I'm hoping that they'll be integratable guests in whatever you want to define that as. But if they're over 18 and they're actually somebody that can be a customer, and I don't even know the rule in the 18, by the way, Mary, I need to check on that. But just somebody that you're not just getting 10 people at a family party to get on and then count it. And if that's what you want to do, great. It might not work as well, but I want to encourage you to say, I'm throwing down on the Tuesday and Thursday calls that the people that have guests on this call will hit their goals. And how do you have guests on the call? Every day, you're making your list, you're checking your list, and then you're sending out messages and inviting them. So every day. And I would tell you, especially the 2 or 3 hours before the call, the most crucial time to invite people to the call, happening at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, depending on where you are, is probably between the hours of 3 and 5, and maybe even 5:30. I can't tell you how many people I had get on that I messaged 20 minutes before and said, hey, are you busy in 30 minutes? I would love for you to hear something. If I send you this link, will you hop on and tell me what you think? That simple, that easy. I can tell you numerous people signed up because of that message. And the power of it was, I didn't do the meeting. I didn't do the presentation. My friend was hearing it from somebody else besides me. So I'm going to pay you. If you need to make money, if I want to prove to you that I want people, if you need to make some money this month, maybe you don't believe that you can sign up a customer or an IBA and get that commission. So if you don't believe in that, I'll pay you to just get guests on the call. Guys, it may cost me $1,000 on Tuesday night, and I don't care, because I want people. And if I get emotional here, I can't describe to you what I've gone through for the last 2 years and why this means so much to me. But I want people winning. I'll pay you to show you that this system can work. You don't need to be alone. And as a matter of fact, the more you depend on other people being the ones to share the message, the more successful you'll be, because you're not that person. You're not the guy trying to convince them. So I just want to encourage you. So here's my deal. Up until I can't, or until I decide I can't or don't want to anymore, if you have a guest on the call and they get into the text message or they message, however they need to be included in the drawing or whatever it is that Karen and I are doing or whatever we're doing there, if their name says, hey, Veronica is the one that invited me, I will send you $20 just for having a guest on the call. You can use it to bribe them. I don't care what you do. I want to prove that if they see and hear that health wellness products can change their life, they hear the stories of what this could do for somebody, it could be the blessing in their life that they got on that call. I've seen it happen thousands of times. Jerry McFalls getting into and hearing that, hey, maybe I could try something and it could change my life. So I want to invest in making those stories happen. If you need to make $50 this month or $60 in the next week, get 3 guests on Tuesday's call. I don't care. I just want to show you. And I hope you'll just, be honest with that, report it to me. But we start seeing on that Tuesday call that you had guests and, hey, Veronica invited me. It's a part-time job for you right now. I'll pay you to have guests get on that call and say, hey, Meredith invited me to the call tonight. I don't care. And I hope that they'll at least listen. And I may even throw out something that they have to say, hey, I got to text the crazy word, Todd flexes in the mirror. I don't know, some weird thing that they have to kind of say that happened on the call so that we can prove that they were still listening. I don't want them just getting on, clicking on, saying hi, and then getting off. But somewhere in there, they may have to do something. I'll let you know. But if you have guests on the call, I'm going to pay you $20. And if anybody wins, and if anybody hits their goal, so Travis set me a goal of three IBAs and 3 customers. And if I feel like the goal is a qualified goal, including, for example, the Cancun trip, I'll say this flat out. If your goal is to hit the Cancun trip and you hit it, I'll give you $500. So in addition to the trip, you're going to have $500 to spend on the trip. So I'm just focused on helping people win right now. That is like all I care about. All I've focused on this month is who can we get, who's looking for a prayer, an answer to a prayer in their life. But I just want to help you find those people. And if I have to help invest, that's what I want to do. So guys, I just wanted to kind of have a discussion tonight and see what your goals are. I just want to tell you that, share with you that the system worked for me this month. It proved to me again that if all I do is get good at inviting people, just inviting people to come and see what it is that we're doing. And if you want some suggestions on what to text, then look, give me a call. Let's talk. Here's what I would text this person, or here's what I would say. Most of the time, my texts are as short as they can be. I often feel like we say way too much to way too few people instead of a lot less to a lot more people. And that's one of my favorite quotes. Mary will tell you, say less to more people. Invite more people with saying less. And that's usually very successful. So I had a question here. Travis wanted to talk about the trip. How do we earn the trip? Let me quickly share with you what the trip is and how to earn it. Real quick, I'll also hit the IBA. By the way, I was going to do the funny little thing and say, oh, see, here's $500 that you could win if you get your goal. If you submit to me your goal and you hit it, I'll send you $500. It has to be a pretty lofty goal, by the way. Like Travis's goal of 3 IBAs and 3 customers. Boom, that's a good goal. The Cancun trip, absolutely, that's a good goal. So it may need to be stuff like that or bigger. So here's how you get the trip, by the way. I'm going to try, again, I'm not the best tech savvy person. So to get the trip, as I understand it, is 5,000 points. Oh, that's in a bad spot. Let's try it over here and see if you can see it here better. 5,000 points. Whoops, I just pushed the wrong button.
Is how you're presenting the truth. So
all right, so 5,000 points of personal volume. Okay, personal volume is any new, in this situation for this trip, is any new enrollments as preferred customers or IBAs direct to you. So let's say I signed up Travis and Travis signs up somebody. Those points don't qualify in this case for the trip. Those, to get to that, there's another way to get to the trip, and there's actually several, but I'm just going to cover these 2, and maybe I'll put out another little bit of show the third. But the other is, I believe, to get to 25,000 points in total volume. So that would include, like if Travis signed up, he became an IBA, and then everybody that joins his or buys from him would count towards points for me and for him towards the 25,000. But the 5,000 points is just any direct purchases to you. And if anybody on this went kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. It seems lofty, right? But Travis just showed a goal. Let's say he gets 3 IBAs and 2 of them do the $1,000 pack. That's 2,000 points. One of them does the $500 pack. That's 2,500 points. So he's at 25. He's halfway to the Cancun trip just with that. Now let's say he does some special and he gets 10 customers to buy the $150 dual pack of the Taka Trim and the Taka Glow. Each one of those packs is 150 points. So let's just say, to keep it modest, we just keep, or they're 145, but to make the math simple, let's make it 150. He gets 10 of those. That's another 1,500 points. Now Travis is at 4,000 of his 5,000 points. Guys, that's one of, and Mary can tell you this, that's one of the easiest, probably the most accessible trips that I've ever seen run in any industry, any company that I've been with. That's doable for anybody on this call. You can get 5,000 direct points to you. You could go out and say, I'm just going to get 5 IBAs. My mom, my sister, my brother, my dad, and then we can sign them, move them down later to somewhere else. But to begin with, I'm going to sign them all directly up to me and get my 5,000 points. And I'm going to go on this trip to Cancun. So I hope that kind of answers the question. Let me see if I can scroll down if there's any other questions. So that's that. And then on 25,000, again, that's just total volume. As I understand it, you have to sign up 2 people personally and hit 25,000 points, and you get one of your tickets to Cancun on that. So there's also some ways to get half trips, and I'll look into those and get more information for you. But I just really believe that with the system that Karen and I, especially with this phone call Tuesday and Thursday night, guys, just set a goal every single Tuesday and Thursday night that you want to have at least 3 guests. That's my personal minimum goal, is I want to have at least 3 guests on the call on Tuesday and 3 guests on the call on Thursday. If you do that, I'm telling you, if you have at least 3 guests on every one of the calls, each one of these days for the month, you'll hit your 5,000 points. I almost have no doubt. If you have, I may even throw out an incentive like that. If you have 3 guests every one of the weeks, I'll pay for your trip to Cancun if I have to. If you do it for Tuesday and Thursday, every week this month, I may do something crazy like that. I don't know. So I just believe, I'll end here and then you guys, let's just sit and chat. I just believe that this is going to be the biggest month that we as a team have ever had in this company. And it's going to be just laying the groundwork for where we go from here. There are organizations, there's a couple of organizations in this company that I'm watching, these gals that are absolutely exploding, hitting 2-star sapphire in the first 3 or 4 months. And I believe that can happen for anybody on this call right now. We just have to go to work. So I encourage you to get plugged in and stay plugged in the Facebook group of Team Elite. We're going to be doing a lot of things. Karen and I and Tara have been talking. We're going to do a lot of things to make sure that we are fully engaged, offering incentives, inviting to the calls. Merity, you just asked, where do we find the link for the calls? That is posted frequently in that Team Elite group. So make sure you're in there. If you're not getting text messages from me on a regular basis about these calls, remind me so I can add you to groups so that we can make sure to get those sent. Don't miss. Be sure you're on every call you can possibly be on. And I'll just tell you, if you have 3 guests each one of these weeks, what does that turn out to be? 6 times, let's say on average, we have 4. That's 25 people that you've had as guests on this call. I can almost guarantee you, if you have 25 guests on the calls this month, you will have a trip to Cancun. That's how much I believe in the system. People that get on these calls and see what we have either become a customer or become an IBA. And the fun thing about this, I love that these I've wanted to do this for years, and I kept getting discouraged where I was before. I wish I could say the name, but I'm very respectful and I won't. So I hope you'll just hear my heart. But I always wanted to say, hey, let's do a separation of the product presentation and the opportunity presentation. And I love that Karen is fully on board and actually was the one that suggested beginning. It was like comfort to my heart hearing her say, yeah, you know what, let's just do a product opportunity call first, where we share about the product only for the first 20-25 minutes so that we can be respectful of those people that don't really want to hear about the opportunity. That is perfect. This company is driven by customers. Guys, you could go hit the Cancun trip just with customers. I'm dead serious. I saw that, Ronald and Janet Shepard had 31 customers this month. 31 new customers. That's easily 5,000 points. So telling you right now, it can happen for anybody on this call. I'm just going to open it up. Let's just have a discussion now. If you want to talk about your goals and what you're doing, you got to be intentional every single day. You've got to think about, what am I going to do intentionally tomorrow morning to start sending out messages? And again, I believe the most valuable time to send out messages about the call is the hour or 2 before the call that night. I'm going through my phone, I'm looking through contacts, I'm looking through Facebook and I'm looking for those impressions, by the way. I'm looking for and being respectful of, I'm not making it a spam. It's very individual. Let me really emphasize this point. When I send a message, it is very specific to that person. I do not copy and paste and make spam like messages. If I'm going to send out a message and invite somebody to that call, it's written for them. So that's probably for me, that's one of the most important things, is if you're just copy and paste and then sending out some type of a spam and you don't include their name and say, hey, Trav, I was thinking about you when I saw something. Are you busy in an hour? And I like to even reference something. Hey, I saw that something was going on in your life, and then invite them. I mean, make it personal to them as much as you possibly can. Obviously some of them are going to seem very similar to each other, but just make them personal. Sorry, my intention was not to ramble on. Merity, I so want you in Cancun. I'm probably even just going to cry thinking about it right now. Like, I just can't even tell you how much I'd love for you to be in Cancun. That's it from me, guys. If you have thoughts, questions, this is just kind of a group conversation now. If there's something we want to sit and talk about.
Sometimes I'm so tired.
Hey, Todd, how long does it usually take to get the product in after it's ordered?
That's been a little bit flexible as of late because there was some interesting things with the Taka trim. We were back ordered with the Tanner. We're still back ordered, by the way. We're still at oh goodness, I didn't get Chastity the message for this. We're still at we're back ordered on the Tanner, and so there's been kind of some delays in some of that. Typically, I would say it's been really fast, like we're probably around 4 or 5 days. But I think as of late, it's been a little bit closer to maybe seven days. I want to say, maybe not Merity. Lisa isn't on here. I was going to see, I think she got her kit like 4 or 5 days later, but there's been a little variance there. So I'm hoping, I think you just ordered today. So it's Friday. Yeah. I hope maybe by next Thursday, you'll have it.
Okay.
By the way, guys,
I don't have mine yet. I'm hoping it'll be here on Monday.
Awesome. You just ordered yours when? Tuesday?
Yep, after the call on Tuesday.
And did they send you a confirmation already, like a shipping label thing tracking?
Oh, you're asking if I've checked my email? No, I have not done that. I don't know if they did or not.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm not very good at email.
So yeah, hopefully you get by next Wednesday or Thursday is my hope, Chris.
Okay, I just got a lot of people fired up again, so it's kind of making me reminisce sometimes I used to have.
I love it. Hey, Chris, by the way, you don't need, and this is a big misnomer. There's several people on here. I could probably, let me actually think if there's, besides Travis, besides Steve, and Merity, I would say most people that signed up with me, either as an IBA or as a customer, had never tried the product.
I know that's me.
Kaylani, Pris, Renee, Frank, Veronica.
I've honestly never tried it. Only my husband did.
Yeah, there you go. Chastity. Thank you, Chastity, for getting on. I'm so sorry. I did not click send on the code to the meeting. So I'll send you a link later of the recording so you can listen in. And then I'd love to just have a conversation with you, Chastity. I'm so sorry that I did not. When I looked down at my phone, it was sitting there still in my mailbox to you specifically. So I'm so sorry. Thanks for getting on. So that brings up a really interesting thing, Pris, that you asked about that. Do not delay inviting people to Tuesday's call because you don't have your product yet. Just invite. It's a beautiful thing to see, that just getting them excited. Hey, hop on, tell me what you think. By the way, and again, to the product thing and the sampling thing, I was going to show you. I do have these samples that I started making of the trim and the Taka trim and the glow. And if you want the link to where I bought these from for Amazon, they were really cheap. I think it was like $11 for like 100 of these little envelopes or something like that. And my kids think it's fun to go and fill those up with a little scooper and fill it. And, we've got a little funnel, they put it in. And it's a great way to give samples. But I'll tell you honestly, I really don't care that much about giving samples. And maybe there's a better way. I'm going to check into something that one of the other groups is doing with Cindy, where they're actually selling a 5-day sample kit for people to try. And that's something I'll look into and maybe share with you guys as I get more information on that. But they're selling it for like $25 to try the product for 5 days. But that's a great way for you to buy volume, get product, and then still be selling and making money when you're giving samples out. So it's a great question, Chris. I really appreciate you asking that one.
Hey, can you explain that, get that guest thing again? So if you have, is it $20 if you have a guest, or is it $20 per guest, or how does that work?
Every guest you have. I am so committed to people on this call specifically. Like I said, I only sent this out to 16, 17 people. I want to see some people on this call win with me. I cannot tell you how much I do not want to go on trips alone anymore. I want people winning. I want Veronica to be making $500-600 a month to start. I want Merity on a trip to Cancun. Travis, I want to travel with you. Chastity, I want to travel. People that haven't won trips. I know people that have worked in network marketing companies for their entire careers and have never won a trip. A dear friend of mine never won a trip, and it broke my heart. I want people winning trips, and I want people winning. So to answer your question, Travis, because I believe in this so much right now. I believe in the system. I believe in the phone calls on Tuesday and Thursday night, that you don't want to be the one selling to your friends. Let me add to it, by the way. So let me finish that. If you have every guest that you have on these Tuesday and Thursday calls for right now, it may end, if all of y'all end up having 50 guests on Tuesday night's call, it may cost me a fortune and I may have to cancel it. But for the time being, every guest that you have on Tuesday's call and Thursday's call, I'm going to Venmo you $20. Every guest. Now, I'm hoping that you will at least say, look, if they're of the same family and they're sitting in the same room, you don't have them all getting on a separate call. If they're, it's kind of a per household kind of a thing, right? But again, I don't care. If you want to take advantage of me, take advantage of me. If they want to take advantage of me, I don't care for now. Just, I hope there's some integrity in it. But if you have guests on these calls, I just want to show you that this is the system that works. You do not want to be alone trying to sell to your family and friends. Just invite them. It takes the network marketing side out of things. Most people will get on just to support you. And then they see something that they're like, you know what? A 60-day, by the way, 60-day money back guarantee on a product as a preferred customer. If they buy the Talk of Trim and they don't get results and they don't love it 60 days from now, what did they lose? So they got on the call, they found out that, and they're like, okay, well, I'll become a customer and I'll try it for you, Travis, and let's see what it does. I'll try your tanner. Let's see what it does. And by the way, I'm going to add to that. If it's not a Tuesday or Thursday call and you get them onto a Zoom or a 3-way call with myself or Karen, I will give you $20. So let's say they can't make it on Tuesday's call and you say, hey, Todd, I've got somebody that wants to meet with you on Monday at noon. Can you hop on a Zoom? Yeah, let's get on a Zoom at noon. I'll send you $20 for getting a guest to talk with me or Karen so that I can show you, you don't want to be alone talking with
What
them.
if they're on
You really
with
don't.
Nick?
What's that?
What if they're on with Nick?
Nick or Karen or myself, absolutely. Any of those people, if you get them on a 3-way call with one of the 3 of us, I just want to pay you. I just want you making some extra money so that you can see this industry and this opportunity can make it worth your while to share with your friends and family.
Hey, just my 2 cents. My name is Travis. I live in Spring, Texas, and I've been on this product for quite a while. And I'm down probably over 70 pounds.
Wow.
It's a consistent effort and a good opportunity. So the product definitely works. So it's a great opportunity. Just so you, I'm sure everyone here knows, but it's awesome.
It is an awesome product. That's for darn sure. It's been fun watching what it's done for you, Travis. And I know Frank has had a very similar experience too. It's been fun to watch. One thing to just highlight real quick to make sure, especially for those that are brand new that just signed up, there's this company is focused on you sign up and then you get your 2 and then help them get their 2. So the first thing you want to be focused on when we're inviting these people, the reason why we're inviting our closest friends, the people that we want to work with the most, is when you sign up, these top 2 people right here benefit from everything else that happens in your organization. So this person benefits from everything that happens here, and this person benefits from everything that happens here. Now, they don't get residual and they don't get everything from that, but every single person that signs up as an IBA, the points go to that person. Every single person down here that signs up as an IBA, the points go to that person. So the reason why we focus on, the reason why if I was just signing up right now, I'd be thinking of my favorite 5 people and I'd call them and say, hey, I need you to hear this. You may not be interested, but the first 2 people with me that sign up, it's a really valuable spot. And I just want you to hear about it. Would you get on this call on Tuesday and tell me what you think? And then I'd love for you to chat with my friend Todd or my friend Nick or my friend Karen, because these 2 positions, when you sign up, we get 2. And then as soon as we grab this person, we help them duplicate and do the same thing and get there too. And I know, we all hate the circles in network marketing, right? But these people have a real benefit being the ones that sign up with you. Travis can be one of those examples. He was one of the first people that took a leap with me and joined. He's got one of these positions. And now everybody that joins in my organization that's on that side, he benefits from. So as he's building his other side and building out his organization, he's getting points from people in my organization as well. So you want to do that for your favorite 2 people. You want to do that for people that you really care about and say, you want to get these first 2 spots, guys. And those spots are $250, $250 or $500 or $1,000, whichever kit they want, they get one of those spots. To me, that's almost a no-brainer investment. I see people spending thousands of dollars to get Bitcoin right now. That's much more high risk than buying one of these spots, trying a health product for 50 days or 60 days and having and owning that spot just to see what happens. I don't know. It's just a thought I've had about it. So if you want to share, I'd love to hear your goals. Send them to me. Like real quick, Chastity. And for those that hopped on late, I'll send you again the recording, Chastity. $20 for every person that you get on the calls on Tuesday or Thursday night until I stop. And $500 if you submit your goal to me for this month. And if it's a lofty enough goal, I want to help you. I'm going to focus on helping the people who are on this call that want to hit their goals. That's my focus this month, are those people that submit to me their goals and say, I mean, if you don't submit to me your goals and you can't quite figure out why I'm not quite as focused, I'm going to still help everybody I possibly can. But my focus is going to be the people that send to me their goals and that I can lock arms with and help them hit their goal this month, especially if it's, I want to go to Cancun. Hey, 3 customers, 3 IBAs. Those are perfect goals to, yeah, if you hit your goal, I'll send you $500 on addition to the money that you made. Because I want to show you that this thing can work. It really can. Any thoughts? Quiet group tonight. Maybe because it's Saturday night, first of the month.
Can you hear me, Todd?
Hey, there's Frank. Now your audio is working, brother.
Okay, I don't know what I did or what I didn't do. I've been sitting here frustrated because I couldn't talk, because you know I like to talk.
Frank, I love you, man.
Okay, goal setting, 3 and 3 sounds good. Okay, I'm in.
I like it. Let's do it. How about Cancun for you, Frank?
Cancun, yeah, I'd love to go. I'm sure Renee would too. Is she still on the phone, on the call? I don't know if she's still on or not.
Yeah, I see Renee's still there.
Yep, I'm
Okay.
still here.
Hi, Renee.
Hi.
There's my Renee.
What's up?
Artie.
Artie. Oh, when is Cancun?
I believe it's the first week in August. I'd have to double check, but it seems like it's really early in August. So this is, by the way, this is the last month for qualification for it, from what I understand.
Okay. And that's a pretty, like you said, that's a lofty goal. The 50, what is it, 5,000
Yep.
personal volume points, customer and new IBA. I'm thinking that, actually looking toward working with just my 2 people. Okay. And I don't know, that 5,000 points is probably out of the realm if I do my plan the way I've been sitting back for the past month and trying to figure out how I'm going to get my 2 people and help them get their 2 people,
Love it.
the geometric progression. And so the shotgun approach, which is what we've all kind of been, that's what we kind of do is the shotgun approach and trying to get as many people as we possibly can. And I found that I'm just not doing people justice, okay, by going out and just trying to get as, throwing stuff up against the wall and seeing what sticks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking the responsibility to invite the people that I feel really want to build this business. And for this, while they want to build, I'm theirs.
I love it. I respect that entirely. That is an awesome message. I love that and respect it completely.
Yeah, I mean, like Pris, she just signed up today. I'm hers, and while she's building her business, I'm going to make myself available as much as I possibly can. I still work. I'm still a jailer. Okay.
Frank's in jail.
Guns down.
Yeah, but for 3-way calls and training and things like that, I want to be as much as I can be working for my 2 people that I bring into this thing. And so I think that 5,000 points probably won't happen because of that.
I get it.
But I'm a firm believer in karma, and I think you know that, Todd. And if I do what I want for the people that I've brought in, okay, then it's automatically going to happen for me. And Cancun may not happen, but
there'll be others. Yeah, there'll be other trips. So that's just fine. I love and respect that. completely. Now, to kind of review something really quick, does everybody understand how the compensation works? I'm not going to go through it deeply because I don't even know it that well. Kaylani will tell you that I don't. But when you sign up somebody, so these two positions, the reason why I talk about these two positions, and there's not a right way and there's not a wrong way, to be clear. But you can still keep signing up people direct to you. Okay, so you can see I've got these two people that are like the special ones, right? They have these two positions. You can still keep signing up people direct to you. And for at least part of the compensation, those people, you can pick where you want to put them down in your tree for the binary bonus points, not for everything. So that means the commissions are still as if, and the residuals are still as if they're first level. And then so if somebody signs up below them and they buy, now it's first level, second level, third level. But for the binary side, for the points, and that goes towards what are called our accelerator bonuses. And that is every time you hit 500 points on your left and 500 points on your right, you get a $50 bonus in addition to the commissions and everything else. So if I sign up one here to me direct and another one here to me direct, and then I put these one here on the left and one here on the right, now when I hit 500 points on this side, 500 points on this side, this person got points, this person got points, and I got points towards my 500 points towards my bonus. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Even when you sign up people direct to you, you can move them, and you actually will get moved to your left or your right, or you can even pick inside of that tree where you want to place them, by the way. That's at least for the binary side. I know there can be a lot of questions there. Don't get too hung up on that. It's just something to think about. Or you can also, and I did this a lot when I first started, by the way, when I signed up people, I signed them up direct to, say, Travis, and he actually got the residual and the binary as if it was somebody that he personally sponsored. So there's somebody that you sponsor, and then there's a placement, we call it, right, for the binary. So that can get a little confusing, but I know Kaylani had some questions too that she'll call me after, and if anybody else does, welcome to call me and we can go over it a little bit. Thanks for that message, Frank. I love it. I think I'm totally on board and respect it entirely. I love that your focus is going to be on your two and helping them get there too, and then duplicating the same system moving forward.
I
Exactly.
appreciate it.
We're gonna rock this, Chris.
I could mention a name that absolutely loved it when I was underneath his team because I rocked it. I was driving a brand new Cadillac in a month and a half for my other. So I'm ready.
Well,
Let's do it.
We don't have cars, but
well, we do now.
Frank,
we do have a car program, and it's better than anything I've ever seen.
Oh, well, geez, I did not know that.
Yeah, I think, unless I'm mistaken, and I don't want to, so I may be off on the number, but my understanding is when you hit Sapphire, now that's not the car program that some of us may be familiar with, but to me, I always felt, you never heard me refer to it as a free car. You never once heard me say I get a free car. I would always say that the bonuses that I get because I drive this car pay for the car.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
I hated the phrase, I drive a free car. I would actually say, actually, if you think about it, my house and my car are free because I drive this car and the bonuses that I make pay for my car and my house. So I would never say, oh, they gave me a car. I didn't like the idea of somebody saying, oh, like making it look like somebody handed you the keys to a car. It felt dishonest to me. So that being said, it's a totally different topic. That being said, this car program, as I understand it, when you hit Sapphire, you get and as long as you maintain that volume, if I'm correct, you get a $1,500 to $2,500 a month allowance to buy a car.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That buys a pretty nice Range Rover, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I would think.
I'll stick with my Toyota.
Thanks for bringing that up. That's awesome. Thanks.
Hey, I got a question. Does anybody know, is there anybody in the state of Oklahoma that is with Globally?
Off the top of my head, I can't say that I know people, but I will say Globally is growing really fast right now. Like, again, we had, I think this month, like 2 or 3 2-star Sapphires. That's the most I've seen. I mean, that's high rank. That's like I think over $250,000 a month in volume. Like, these are not small ranks. This is like high ranks like that, you have to have a sapphire on each side, left and right. And I think to be a sapphire, they have to have like 150. I mean, I don't even know it, but just know that that's higher than any rank that we even had in the company I was before.
Okay, gotcha. I just wanted to brainstorm with somebody that was close by. If so,
Let me look into that, Pris. I'll see if I can. I'll let you know if I can find out.
thank you.
Otherwise, you're going to be the leader there, which is awesome.
Woo, woo!
Any other thoughts, questions, guys? I mean, I want this to be kind of your team. This is not something I always dreamed of where I was before. This is not Todd's team. This is yours. You own it. What do you want to do with your life from here? Like, let's go rock this thing together. Like, I'm hoping people will take ownership of being a part of that team elite and making yourself known in there, being the one that comments on everything that's going on, welcoming people, congratulating people, sharing thoughts, sharing messages of what's working for you. You know, we don't want to, I like the way that team is formatted so that there's some filtering of what messages are posted and stuff, but let's rock this thing together. Like, this is all about the group effort. We can't do it alone.
You don't ever do anything mid. It's got to come above your calf muscle. You don't want to cut off your circulation.
All right. I think if there's no questions, anybody have any questions or thoughts or desires? Veronica, you can have guests on the call on Tuesday so you can make some money.
Yes.
Does that motivate you guys? Does that do anything for you to kind of think, well, if my sister will get on and hear it, then I'll make $20.
Why not?
There you go. Why not? I mean, now at least you're getting paid for inviting people.
Exactly.
I hope you make me poor. I hope you make me broke. I hope you take all my money.
I'll break you.
I like it. I hope that by Thursday night, I'm going, oh my gosh, I spent way too much money on
How
these.
about if I have 10 people? You're going to have to give me $200.
$200. I had 10 people. I actually had 11 guests on Thursday night's call. That would have been $220 extra.
There we go.
Merity, I would love for you to take my money. I'm going to start doing the dance from, what's that show? Show me the money. Oh, show me the money. Should I start doing that? Should I get nuts for y'all?
You're going to regret this. You're going to be like, oh my God, why did I say this?
My wife left me. My dog left me. Why? Because I gave all my money away to my team.
Yeah.
You'll always have a place to stay.
Awesome. And it's remodeled too. So it'll be nice and comfy and beautiful.
Hey, and I think Frank has a Traeger, so it'd be a good place to stay. At least visit. Bring your wife with you, probably.
There you go.
Yeah, we can smoke up a storm. You betcha.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and I heard Renee makes a heck of a monkey bread too.
Well.
OMG, serious?
I just gorged myself on it tonight.
I eat well when I stay with Frank and Renee. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, we'll take care of you.
I love you guys. I really do. I hope you can hear my heart that there's nothing that I would love more than to see your guys' lives being affected by this opportunity in a very, very positive way. I think we have unbelievable products that can change people's lives. I believe there's people today that are praying for something to help them with something that they're suffering with. And we have products that can help them with that. And I love that. And I think we've only just begun. I'm excited for the products that we'll be making as we move forward. I can't wait to see what we do. And I can't wait to see what you do to affect and change people's lives. I really can't. Who said that is very motivating? Was it because of my singing about the show me the money that was very motivating? Let's see.
Yeah.
What was that? Those that have been a part of my team before, I'm a little crazy and it's just the way it is. And sadly, I've kind of said that I'm going to be even more my authentic self. So you might see me doing push-ups without my shirt on more, not less. Just making sure that's out there.
Just as long as it's just the shirt, we're good.
Yahoo!
The
I
blue
feel the
Speedo is
blue
staying put
Speedo
away,
moment
Frank.
coming on.
We'll leave the blue Speedo put away.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to mention something if I could.
Yeah.
I bought an audio book from Amazon. It's called The 4-Year Career by a guy by the name of Richard Bliss Brooke. And that, I started doing network marketing back in like the 90s. Okay. And in 1995, I made over $38,000 in a single year doing network marketing, and which was pretty good. That's when 38,000 was some money. And I've read lots and lots and lots and lots of books since then, okay, on this industry. That book hit home with me because it's a simple, I got it in the audio because I do some driving with my job. Once in a while, I have to go to one of the conservation camps with the prisoners that are out fighting fires and things. And I put that same audio book in. I probably listened to it like 10 times. And every time I listen to it, I get something new out of it. I don't know what store people put in, those kinds of things as far as improving their craft. But that book is the single book that did more for me, okay, for this industry than anything else that I've ever read. Think and Grow Rich was a personal, like personal development, but industry specific. The 4-Year Career is an excellent read. And Pris, if you text me your address, I'm going to have one delivered to you. I'll have a book delivered to you.
Like that.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
I think the awesome message there is that you've got to get into some personal growth and development. And I'll briefly share in alignment with Frank's saying, I heard, and the reason why you do personal development is it develops belief. And I don't know if you saw my post a couple of days ago where I posted about that guy that shared the story of the guy that tested and took his SAT test and scored a 1480 on the SAT out of 1600. And up to that point, this guy's been very ordinary, very unextraordinary, just kind of ordinary, kind of not doing all that great. But because of that 1480 score, he changed. And he said, well, if I'm this smart, then I should do more with that. So he started studying harder. He started working harder, became valedictorian, went off to Ivy League college, had an incredible career because he scored a 1480, because he believed that all of a sudden he was this person. So because he believed he was that person, he acted as that person. Well, years down the road, he's there with his wife, and his wife says, you probably should open that letter. So he opens the letter and he reads it. It's from the institution that took the test and scored the test. And they periodically do a review of the test from previous years. And they said, we regret to inform you that year we had 13 or 14 people that we made a mistake with. Your score was only a 740. But because he tested at 1480 and because his belief in himself changed, he performed to what he believed he was. And I think to what Frank is saying here, the reason why you do personal growth and development is it changes your thinking, the way you think about yourself, the way you think about the world, the way you think about things. When we can change what we think and believe, we can change the world. And the first world that changes is yours. So we have to change the way we think and believe. Guys, I know we've kind of gone on. I want your goals. I hope you send me a text with your goals of some kind so that I know who I can run with this month. Your 3 IBAs or your get your 2 and help them. I think that's a great goal. If you're just getting on this, your first goal should be get your 2 and then help them get their 2. To what Frank said, that's team builder and team leader. You hit those 2 things, you're hitting team builder, team leader in your first, and that's your first 2 ranks. 2 people, and then help them get their 2 people. And you do that, and you've hit team builder and then team leader. And if you do that in your first 21 days, there's even an extra $500 to $750 in bonus money, depending on what packages they bought. So great way to get started. Great goals to set right there.
And Emerald still has the $10,000 bonus, correct?
Yeah. Yep. $10,000 bonus for hitting Emerald. I think that's through this year.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I love you. I'm gonna hop off. If y'all are welcome to stick around and chat with each other if you'd like. But I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna stop the recording. But thanks for hopping on. I can't wait to see where we go from here.
Thanks, Todd.